Okay, good evening, kids. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time for some Doctor News. News from in and around the universe that may or may just astound you beyond all forms of comprehension. Oh, sorry, bad allergy day again. Unfortunately, that's what that's the price you pay to live out here in the wilds. But okay, Death Moon 9 on the way. And of course, everybody's psyched up because coming up, this weekend, the premiere episode of Series 10, and we just all cannot contain our excitement over here. We're getting ready to go. Omega Files was already on standby for that night. So it's going to be a great one. Okay, but let's go ahead. Let's get into the news you want to see. Let's take a look at what we have. Okay, first off, Steve Moffat reveals why. Sorry. That's second off. Okay, Doctor Who's Series 10, Steve Moffat's episode guide. Doctor Who showrunner gives Radio Times an exclusive preview of the upcoming series. And these are basically like short, brief synopses. Nothing really spoilerific if you want to go watch this or go read it yourself. Link below in the description box as usual. So don't worry, you're pretty safe if you want to go take a glance through these. By the way, the last 2 episodes for the series had been revealed. Episode 11 will be World Enough in Time. Episode 12 will be The Doctor Falls. Moving on, Steve Moffat reveals why he brought John Simm's Master back into Doctor Who. Okay, all right, let's move on. Well, I always thought when we got Michelle that at some point it'd be fun to have a story where 2 versions of the Master meet. And I'm sure everyone's thought that at some point. But in a way, you can't do this. You can't do that straight away. You've got to let the new one become the definitive iteration, as it were. And then you bring in the wonderful John Simm. All right. He's always said that he'd quite like to come back. And when I spoke to him at the end of time screening, I'm really grassing him up at the moment. It's terrible. All right. At the end of time screening, he said, well, I feel that now David's stepping down as doctor. I feel I should step down as the master. And he came and found me at the drinks and said, I didn't mean it. I'm perfectly happy to come back. So we went, obviously, the route with Michelle. And once Michelle was established and the people were loving her, we thought it was time to get that tremendous meeting. John was so keen to come back. And he goes, they're absolutely wonderful together. They are hilarious. It's absolutely gorgeous. You're in for a real treat. So looking forward to that meetup. Okay, Peter Capaldi prepares for his final season of Doctor Who. And this is in the New York Times. Quite an interesting interview, a bit extensive. You may want to sit down and give this one a read, though, because it's kind of a heartbreaker, now that he's going. But at the same time, he's trying to make his reasons known, or at least the reasons he wants the media known. I still do not buy this bullshit story that suddenly one day he goes, I just feel I'm not up to the task anymore. I smell horse shit. I live down the street from guys that own horses, for crying out loud, so I know what horse shit smells like, and the horse shit's coming from, the BBC this time, not from the neighbor's farm. All right, moving on. This one's just a short little dissertation. You might want to give it a read here. Doctor Who Season 10, a quick thought on the run ahead. And it's mainly an opinion piece, so you don't worry about anything like that. But it's very thoughtful, kind of well written. I figured I'd pass it on to you to take a look at yourselves. Guardian, Doctor Who's Pearl Mackie. When I was little, there weren't many people like me on TV. How old is she? What? Okay. All right. Okay, so meet the Doctor's new companion, Pearl Mackie. She tells Sarah Hughes why it's so important to have diverse actors on TV and how her friends are making sure her feet stay on the ground. This is not too bad in itself. You might want to give this one a run through. Some nice shots there of Pearl. So I think you'll get a kick out of reading this one. As I said, it's a nice little interview. All right, John Simm to return as the Master in Doctor Who. This we already know. But I threw this in because this is the confirmation that came from the media center, BBC. A lot of people are going, it's all bullshit. And it's like, well, now you can't deny that between the Radio Times and right here. Man, that's all the proof you need. Peter Capaldi hints at dark times to the new companion, Bill. And there's that line from the little previous teaser, I'm having the time of my life and I wouldn't miss it for the world, even if it kills me. And he goes, it's kind of a teacher-pupil relationship, but it becomes more complex than that. And I think ultimately the Doctor has to undergo some dramas by himself. So I think he becomes slightly worried that he swept someone else up into his adventures without quite preparing them. So, say a nice little bit here, like I said, kind of giving his opinion on the situation. Boom. Once again, link below the description box will take you there. Okay, Series 10, Episode 2, title, story, and cast confirmed. And like I said, nothing too spoilery, but this gives a little bit more in depth a bit, gives you like some location names and whatnot. So you may want to, I said, not really spoilery, but you see, my only big worry about Episode 2 is right here. Who wrote In the Forest of the Shite? Oh, sorry. Surprise you there. I do not know why this man was brought back. Lowest rated, lowest, number for any episode that's the last series he was in. Lowest AI, I mean. It just that episode 8, made no sense in the Forest of the Night to me. Suddenly millions of people just disappeared and trees shot up everywhere. Sorry, that's my opinion. If you don't disagree with me, that's the thing, your thing. But I figure I'll throw this out there if you want to take a look at it. There's a very definite and secret reason Matt Lucas Nardole has returned to Doctor Who. Yeah, Nardole. Yeah, Nardole's back. You notice I pick on Nardole all the time, but he kind of avenged himself in Doctor Mysterio. So I'm just screwing with you at this point. Because I've noticed some people asking, why is the character still here? Or they might just be saying, why is Matt Lucas there? He told a crowd at the Special Actor Series 10 screening on Tuesday. But why is the character there? There's a very definite reason why Nardole's here. I'm not going to say anything else because I'm not fast enough to run away from that man. So, moving on. Okay, Masterful return. BBC have issued a press release relating to the return of the Master. And it's basically the same thing from that last one, and I just forgot to take it out of the lineup. But, it's here in case you want to go look it up for yourself. Doctor Who BBC Press Pack. All right, this is the interviews they released with Peter Capaldi, Pearl Mackie, Matt Lucas, and Steve Moffat as part of the impending series. If you click on these right here, they had interviews with each of them. So if you're into that kind of thing, here it is. Moving on. Doctor Who Comics Day has been announced and will be held on Saturday, September 2nd of this year. So if you're interested in all that, here you go. Sorry if I'm running in a bit of a hurry. It's just I had a mountain of articles to go through today. I even forgot, to go through this earlier this week with Doctor Magazine 511 coming out. So if you're into that, you want to know what's in it, boom, 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 here it is. So sorry I missed a bunch of stuff. It's just there was an event for Time Lord Expo this weekend, and I'm not going to that. There was fun time though, but I said there was also I'm trying to get Death Moon 9 done so I can move on because I think that one's going to be over. It's going to be I think it's going to be close to Skydark length. We're talking about 2 hours because there's a lot more going on Tanamaku than people realize, and it's going to get really, really dark. I'm not kidding. We're talking not good kind of dark either. We're not talking Hershey's chocolate dark either. We're talking. All right, so until next time, guys, like I said, I hate to run through this one really quick on you, but I mainly had to go through these articles and all that. I hope you all enjoyed the clips. Thanks to Beefhead. So take care. Ta-ta. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you on the flip side, guys.